Okay, so imagine this. You upload a video of yourself, just a normal video. But when you watch it back, you realize a secret AI editor has, well, it's given you a digital facelift, and you never even knew about it. Now, this isn't some plot from a sci-fi movie. It's a real story about tiny changes, big tech, and a hidden experiment that could really change how we see everything online. And it all started with this strange feeling. You've got a massive creator, Rick Beato, with over 5 million subscribers. He uploads a video, and when he plays it back, something's just not right. He's looking at his own face, but it isn't his face. Not really. And it turns out he wasn't just imagining things. This feeling that something was off was actually the first clue in a much bigger mystery about a secret experiment happening right on our screens. So it wasn't just Rick Beato. Another hugely popular creator, guitarist Rhett Scholl, started seeing the same thing. We're talking about two pros who have a massive combined audience, and they both, on their own, started noticing these weird, subtle alterations in their YouTube shorts. These aren't just casual users. These are people who know their own footage inside and out. And the changes were so subtle, you'd probably miss them if you weren't looking. This wasn't a crazy deep fake or anything. It was things like smoother skin, almost like a secret beauty filter was turned on. The folds in their shirts looked unnaturally sharp. Even their ears seemed a little different. It all just added up to this uncanny AI-generated vibe, as Rhett Scholl put it. And Rhett Scholl really hits the nail on the head here. This isn't about vanity or looking perfect. For a creator, everything, their whole career, is built on trust with their audience. So when a platform secretly messes with your appearance, it starts to crack that foundation. It creates this artificial barrier between you and the people you're trying to connect with. So what in the world was causing these bizarre digital touch-ups? Was it just some weird bug in the system? A glitch? Well, the truth turned out to be something way more intentional. A secret AI experiment. As soon as these big names started asking questions in public, the story came out. Turns out, YouTube itself was behind the whole thing. They admitted they were running what they called a small experiment on certain shorts, using an algorithm to enhance the videos. And here's the absolute kicker. They did it without asking anyone for permission. No consent, not even a heads up. So naturally, YouTube had to put out an official statement. But, the way they worded it and how experts reacted to it is a whole story in itself. So on the left, you've got YouTube's official line. They framed it as using traditional machine learning to do basic stuff like reduce noise, making it sound like a simple technical tweak. But on the right, disinformation expert Samuel Woolley just cuts right through all that jargon, saying machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. This is AI. It's a classic example of using confusing language to downplay what's actually going on. And Woolley just boils the whole entire thing down to this one simple sentence. Forget the tech speak. What's happening is that a company is changing someone's work and then showing that changed version to the public like it's the original. It all comes down to a fundamental issue of consent and control. And look, while YouTube was the one in the hot seat this time, this was not a one-off thing. This little experiment is really just a symptom of a much, much bigger trend happening across the entire tech world. The truth is, the digital world we live in is constantly being tweaked and curated by these invisible algorithms. So much of what we see online has already been processed and improved by AI before we ever lay eyes on it. This kind of automatic, unannounced enhancement isn't new at all. It's kind of been the quiet standard for years. I mean, think about it. Samsung admitted that its phones use AI to basically add detail to photos of the moon to make them look way sharper than they actually are. And Google's Pixel phones have that best take feature that can literally stitch together different faces from a bunch of photos to create one perfect shot where nobody's blinking. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is just the world we live in now. So all of this, the secret edits, the AI enhancements, it all leads us to a really big, fundamental question about our digital future. Who exactly gets to decide what's real anymore? And this is where it gets really serious. I mean, we're not just talking about a YouTuber's skin texture. YouTube is one of the main places people go for news, for documentaries, for education. So just imagine these same secret AI edits being applied to a journalist's report from a war zone or to a historical video. When you're talking about content where authenticity is everything, this whole practice becomes deeply, deeply concerning. And that's really the question this whole story leaves us with, isn't it? It's not just about what a company can do with technology, but what it should do. As that line between the original and the altered just gets blurrier and blurrier, without our knowledge or our permission, we really have to ask ourselves, in a world full of invisible edits, what can we actually trust?